Hey guys, Chris back, Ironhead Garage. Hey, check out them stickers I got in there. That was Sketchy's Garage. He made me the Ironhead Garage stickers. Really cool. Got the old sun gauge stickers, sun tack and testers, the old vintage Mallory, the old vintage YN high-rise manifold, the moons and the hearse. Got the Mr. Horsepower in the wing window there. Come check out this side. Mr. Horsepower with the checkered flags. The same on this side. Look at that Ironhead Garage. That's pretty sweet. So I was working on that back bumper. I thought them old bumper brackets that I had on that old bent up bumper would work, but man, they were tweaked. I worked on them for a couple hours trying to straighten them out, but I can't get that bumper lined up right. So it's been up there in at the top and over on the passenger side, it ain't right. So I got some new ones coming. Should be here Monday. I'll get that all bolted on. I did receive the bolt kit, so we'll get that fixed up good. So I've been working on this, figuring out this bracket system for my tilt front end. I'll show you guys what I'm coming up with. So made me a pattern of my fender and my frame. So right here, this front piece with this little tab on here, this will be my plate steel, 3/16. That's the length of it. So from the end of my frame to the back of my fender, it's like 53.5 inches, and that's what that is. It's all taped together, simulated fender with the mount built on the front end. And then I got the measurement from the bottom of the frame to the bottom of the fender. And the bottom of the fender is like 5 1/4 down from my frame rails. So I squared that across, and that cardboard there in the corner where my finger is the corner of my fender. So there is a way to build a tilt front end. When you go to tilt it, it will not drag your doors. It will pull away. So you just got to find the right pivot point. So a lot of guys will build that bracket. Say this is the grill. The grill's about there, right where my frame is. You can see over here. Right where that starts to tilt down is about my grill, and the grill's leaned a little bit. So that's where my grill would be, that pin, roughly. So a lot of guys will put that bolt, they'll build that tilt front end, they'll put a bolt right there in the center. We'll check it out what happens. Try to do this with my foot. I wish I had long arms, I could do it with my arms. We'll move it a little bit. I'm in that center pivot point with my awl. You can see it'll drag the door. The square is the door. This is the fender. You see the gap there, 1/4 inch gap. So I'll put that back down, pivot it back down to my line. So there's my door gap. About a 1/4 inch door gap, maybe a little less. So the best place I found, I tried going out here further in the front, tried there, so I tried here, built this little bracket on there. I'll build this all out of one piece of plate steel. I got a little spot circled there that I found was the best spot. So you put that there in that pivot point, slide this up, and it starts to pull away. As soon as I lift the nose, it'll pull away from the fender instead of going up into the fender, dragging. Put it back there in that pivot point that I came up with. Kick this up. Do you see? Still pulling away from the door. So it's all in the pivot point when you build your tilt nose to not have your fender hit your doors. Slide it back down. So you just got to figure out that right pivot point. The best place is to be down from the end of the frame, way down low, but that would look stupid, so let me take this bracket off and show you what I got going. Take this tape off. So you just got a magnet on there and a piece of square pipe to help hold this. So my frame's 4 inches tall. So I'll keep this plate a quarter down, a quarter up, and a quarter in. And I'll round this real nice with a grinder and file it all the way around, and I'll paint it black and I'll blend right into the rest of it. Just to see this little tab, which ain't bad. Best way would be to have a long tab down here and put your pivot point here, but that would look just stupid. Big giant tab down there. So I'll build 2 of these out of plate steel, 3/16. Then I'll build two of these tabs, just this tab, and that tab will weld on the bottom of the frame. And I'll drill that hole there, probably with a 1/2 inch bolt, and put a nylon nut on it so it don't come loose. So what I did, I got that measurement from here, the end of my frame, to the rocker panel where the back of the fender goes. Made that on my pattern. Then I measured up from the ground to the bottom of the rocker panel, which is the bottom of the fender, and measured from the ground up to the bottom of the frame, and the difference was like 5 1/4. So that's how I made my pattern. Made that cardboard, the bottom of that fender over here, 5 1/4 down from the frame. And then I'll be able to build some structure up here. I'll have that plate in here. Then I'll be able to take off from there and build a structure up between my grill and my radiator to hold the rest of my front end on. Should work pretty slick. So there is a way to build a tilt front end so it doesn't come up and interfere and scratch your doors. So you can have a nice paint job. A lot of guys will build them and they'll have to grab them fenders out because it scratched the hell out of their doors. But when you build it like this and find that right pivot point, when you go to lift it, as soon as you start lifting that nose, it'll start to pull away from the door. So that's what I've been doing. My little Subaru broke down. Had to work on that last weekend. Heater went out. It's been cold. Driving home without a heater for a night. That was very fun. Drove my S10. The next day, Friday, to work, well, it starts misfiring. Number 4 cylinder starts misfiring. So I had to work on that. I think I got that figured out anyway. So, I've been doing a little bit on it. This fender here, I got a little rust hole there in the top. Had all that tar in there. It was real crusty. I got it all almost like chipped out like old roofing. So I got that all cleaned out of there. I got a little rust hole here. This bracket here, mud packs up in there, sets in there and rusts that out. I think the eyebrow, these must have been eyebrows off a stock 55 Chevy. It's got a couple little holes there, but the rest of it's real solid. So I'll just grind that, weld them little holes up, and it should be pretty good. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit. Figure I'd give you guys something to watch. Let you know Ironhead Garage is still around, even though I missed a week. Alright guys, check out them stickers again. Really cool, Scotty, I appreciate it. Alright guys, you guys take care. Be safe out there. We'll see you next time.